Well, talk to me a little bit about this. I mean, it kind of got the media and many others to kind of wake up to say, hey, let's look in the mirror here for a second and see where we're at in terms of how we cover American politics, and not just American politics, but really even beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody in general, but the media in particular, has to have the humility to do some self-reflection. There's things that we got right. There's a lot that we got wrong. And I think the media needs to come to grips with this notion that it appears there's 50% of America that most publications just don't understand. They don't understand the Trump dynamic. The fact that Donald Trump, despite all the coverage, all the things that he did, and all the things that he said, that he'll end up getting 10 million more votes this time than last time around, that he'll outperform among Hispanics in, it looks like 78 out of the 100 counties with the highest percentage of population being Hispanic. He's overperforming 2016. There's some neighborhoods, some states, some cities where he way overperformed even among African Americans. So something was happening out there that the media wasn't picking up on.
Yeah.
And part of it was the polls, which were wildly wrong. People should stop defending them. That, yes, you can find an outlier that was right, but for the most part, some of them were atrociously wrong. And we need to do some examination so that we can understand there are two very different Americas out there. One, I think that reporters are pretty familiar with because it tends to be centered in big cities, tends to be sort of in the circles that a lot of reporters run. But once you get out, you get into rural areas, get into suburbs, even some of those folks in the cities, they just have different values. They have different views about how quickly the country's changing and the effect that technology and all these other cross currents are having on us. And if we don't get that right, like my point is, what I worry most about is that we just decouple, that we essentially move into a nation where we don't just talk in theory about two Americas, that we truly have two Americas in terms of where people get and share information, and that there's almost two truths. And if that happens, I think we're in a lot of trouble.